There are a few things that can happen on a cruise ship that can really waste your time, and a lot of people don't even notice them. But throughout the course of the trip, you start realizing you're rushing around a little bit more than you need to, and it's taking away from your experience. In this channel, I help you spend smarter, pack calmer, and cruise better. I always bring the same carry-on bag that I brought on the ship, doubles up as my bag that I use throughout the cruise experience. So when I'm leaving to go somewhere on the cruise ship, I have that super lightweight bag that already has my basic things already in it. The sunglasses, the glasses, anything that I might need for day in and day out, particularly for a day where you're not even going to a port. Just by having those things there, you're set, as opposed to getting up to on a higher deck to go to the pool, realizing you forgot something, and then having to rush back, fight the elevators, going different places, all to just get one thing that you missed. I always like to have a drink with me, whether I'm on a cruise ship or somewhere else. And many cruise ships, even if you don't get the drink package, will have free lemonade or iced tea or water, other kinds of things. So I always want to have a refreshment with me. But one thing is when you go to those refreshment beverage stations, they'll have the super small paper cups. Well, obviously the paper cup doesn't keep the drink really cold. So one thing that I've always brought is a really tall, really good quality insulated drink cup. And that way, when we're passing by the drink station, I can fill it up with something. And then usually the drink station will be on one level of the ship. And then maybe the adult pool area or some other activity area that we're going to is on a totally different area. That way, with that really tall insulated mug, I have a drink that's going to last me a long time and I'm good to go. When you get off a cruise ship and maybe you're just enjoying the port or maybe an excursion, it could be for several hours. And so you may miss your regular lunchtime or breakfast time, whatever it might be, and often find that you just need something to kind of hold you over. So on some cruises, we've then searched for something to get. Well, many times there wasn't anything we particularly wanted, wasn't particularly healthy. And again, it just took time and it cost some extra money that we didn't necessarily value or want to spend. So one thing we've started to do is to bring a couple of snacks with us. Prepackaged snacks like a yogurt bar, granola bar, maybe some M&Ms, whatever it might be to hold us over. And we found that that is extremely helpful. It just takes the edge off, gives you a little energy boost. If you're on a bus excursion, it's taking a little bit longer. Again, you have something with you. But just having that enables you to enjoy the port, the experience so much more because you're not taking away from the experience by searching for a snack just to hold you over. For us, it's been very helpful to have some different snacks so we can have for those excursions and days at port. For the most part, everything that you have on the cruise is pretty much billed to your room, so you really don't need any money. However, when you go on an excursion, or even if it's something that you found at a port that you want to do, it is customary to tip people if you've had a particularly good experience. So one thing that we found is really helpful is to bring a bunch of small bills that we can use for those situations. So once again, it saves time from being on a port and having to try to find a place to get the money that you might need. Having that money in advance, or particularly money in the foreign currency that you might need, it's a lot cheaper and easier and faster to get in advance of the ship. So definitely think about maybe the extra bills you might need for the activities you're going to have. After a day at a port or going on an excursion, a lot of people are going to be coming back to the ship at the same time. So people are getting on board, everybody's trying to get on the elevators. Sometimes we found that having a little extra activity, maybe getting on that one level and going up a couple levels on the stairs, will give us a little extra exercise. But then just by going up a couple levels or maybe down a level, all of a sudden we're not faced with the same crowd as everybody trying to get on at the same level. So it's a simple tip that you can use to kind of avoid that extra time that could take place while you're trying to get back up to your room or to do something else when you're getting on a ship. It's also a good idea too when you may be going down to an entertainment venue or a dinner. Again, using that trip of going up one level of down, can often save you a lot of time in trying to get an elevator back to a higher cruise floor for your cabin. Many times when we go on a cruise, we'll often get to the cruise port maybe a day or two early. We'll stay in a hotel, certain room number, we're good to go. And then we get on the cruise ship, and of course, now we're in a different room with a different room number. And I will say that I can tend to be a little directionally challenged, so this may not be a challenge for everybody. But what I find that's really helpful is I will take a quick picture of my room number on my phone. And then in many cases near the elevator banks on any floor, there will be a quick little diagram that shows, well, here's where you are, here's where to find your room. And I've often found it helpful to take a picture of that as well, so that for the first day or two, when I'm trying to reorient myself to a different location and a different room number, I know where to go and I'm not wasting time trying to find my room. After taking several cruises, I learned some of these simple tips to make sure that I wasn't wasting a single minute on the cruise ship unnecessarily. I hope you'll cruise smarter so your next cruise will be your best cruise, and maybe I'll see you cruising with Susan.